plays games with Jay.
Oh, how clever! But not really.
No, you really dumb.
You can just ignore her, Gonta.
See, that was bit. Gonto was doing bit there.
Oh, that was good, Gonta. That was good.
Oh, thank you. The remaining student council members are Gonta, Kibo, Tsumugi, and Himiko.
Well, it can't be Himiko. She was besties with Angie. I trust their friendship. You guys do too, right?
Yeah, of course. Can we trust their friendship so readily?
Obviously, let's believe in them.
That trims out our list of suspects down to 3. Gonta, Tsumugi, and Kibo.
Yep. The culprit is one of those 3 people. You mean one of those 2 people? Because a robot ain't people, Jack.
I will let that remark slide. Anyway, aren't these accusations just a tad too hasty?
I had to tasty. Whatevs, the culprit should confess already. Gonta, Keyboy, or Tsumugi. Well?
Not Gonta. Gonta would never kill Angie.
Yeah, Gonta's a gentleman. You shouldn't suspect either of us.
Hey, stick up for me too. Gonta definitely not hurt anyone. Torture Gonta if you don't believe.
Torture might be a bit too far, but Gonta and I aren't the culprits.
And I'm not the culprit either. Jeez. I'm not the
plainly
culprit.
not the
Gonta
culprit.
not culprit.
All right, which one do you want to go look at first?
Look at my clues. Tsumugi's account. Hold on. I want to look at the rest of her account. Okay, and then the front lab and back door. And then what are my clues? Koki Necronomicon. Okay, let's start with Kibo.
That's utterly impossible. Not just anyone could open that door. Only student council members had access.
Oh shit, that's literally it. Fuck.
I didn't know robots told such boring lies.
Is that a robophobic remark? I'm gonna fast forward through this. Okay, yeah. I know which one it is.
Let's see how it immediately breaks going to his like
Yeah.
outburst. It's a very useful ability.
No, it wasn't just student council members that could have opened that lab door.
What was it you said earlier about Kyo opening the door, Shuichi? Unless you're a student council member, you can't enter Angie's lab, right?
I was referring to Kyo. He couldn't have done it, but you could have. Because I saw you open the classroom lock by picking it. Yeah, okay, yeah. He just
Click, and he did it.
Yeah.
There, open sesame. Oh, that happened? I totally forgot.
So you're gonna pretend you don't remember, huh?
Quit glaring at me like that. Of course I remember. Yeah, I did it. I killed Angie.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
I picked the lock to her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham! Killed Angie. The culprit was me all along. What?
What are you saying? Is this some kind of joke?
Ah, no joke. I thought if I confessed, I could atone for my sins. And it helped. I feel so much better. Phew!
Wait, so Kokichi really is culprit?
No, he's lying, I think. Maybe?
He's lying. I'm certain of it.
No, definitely not a lie. I killed Angie. Shouldn't you guys believe the culprit when they confess?
Then let me ask you, culprit. How did you lock the room?
Huh? It's the same as opening it. You pick the door closed from the outside.
No, that doesn't make sense.
What doesn't make sense? Can't you lock a door by picking it?
Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room. They used a different method.
What different method? Yeah, Mumbles, use your big boy voice and explain yourself.
there were 2 doors to the classroom, and the one locked last was locked last was the front door, right? Because the back door has the sliding lock, I think. Oh, but the sliding lock has it's kind of like loose, right? It was like oh, we could jiggle it pretty easily. The back door. That's how they made this little locked room mystery. The back door had a sliding lock, yes. How was it locked from the outside? The culprit used a certain tool. The tool that the culprit used to lock the sliding door from the outside was... Okay, let's get rid of that. And, get rid of this. Okay, I'm literally seeing nothing. This is the sword. I guess it is. Yeah, it's the. Jeez. Oh God.
Those One Piece ones are a lost cause. You just gotta break them that way. Yeah.
The gold leaf katana that was stabbed into Kaede's effigy. The culprit used that to hit the knob of the sliding lock to lock the door. So the gold leaf was on the sliding lock because when the katana hit the lock, some of the gold leaf rubbed off on it. The gold leaf on that katana did peel rather easily.
That evidence rings a bell. Specifically a school bell.
Huh? Are you talking about a different school? What school was it?
No, that doesn't matter anymore. Let's not dwell on the past.
Huh.
Ooh, the gold leaf landed on the sliding lock when the katana touched it. So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right? But wait, how do they move it with a katana and from outside Angie's lab?
The clue that might give us the answer is the layout of the area itself. It was an odd setup after all. The katana stabbed into the effigy. The effigy's hung upside down.
Angie didn't do that as part of the ritual?
No. Nowhere in the Necronomicon did it say you had to hang the effigies. If it was not part of the ritual, then it must have been for a different purpose, right? Different purpose. What could that have been? The culprit somehow used the setup to lock the room. In that case, I need to know the reason behind every step of that setup. If I do that, the way the culprit locked the room should be clear. Sorry, my brain
You okay, Shuichi?
froze. Psyche taxi. Okay. How do I go fast again?
X, I think.
Okay. Okay, this is so exciting. She was like,
Well, I'm gonna get some water.
oh man. What? Man. We were talking about possibly going to the Lego store together earlier today after recording, but I was like, I gotta see how this case ends. So, you know. Oh God, I hit a car. Okay.
Wow, good job.
Take a seat, Mungie.
Yeah, you can record.
What turn does? Okay. What turn?
I wanna hear
handle
Mungie
slide
voice.
lock?
Thinking time. What turned the handle of the sliding lock?
Oh God.
Good.
What are you eating?
My brioche.
Oh, the rest of it. Okay. Would you get that one again, or?
That's pretty good, but no. Like, So I'm eating a white chocolate raspberry brioche.
Yeah.
It's got some like pistachios crumbled on it. It's good, but something like this, I do want either more filling and maybe a little like creamier. You know? But it's still good. The vanilla shoe, which I know you liked, but it wasn't like a. That's like my style.
Gotcha.
I like that. But I do want to try. I know they had some other brioches. I want to try some of those other fillings.
What was done to make the katana turn the lock?
Drinking time.
Oh, there's a third question. Ugh. Why is this question so long?
Are you a big white chocolate guy? I know some people, some people really don't like it, but I love white chocolate.
I don't know if Dunkin' Donuts still makes it anymore. When they did their white hot chocolate, I was like, that was like my favorite thing to drink.
Oh, damn. That sounds good. So
Yeah.
it was like, it was white then? Like all
Yeah,
white?
yeah.
Ooh. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, dude, it was so good. But I don't know. I think didn't become. They took it off like the permanent item menu after a while, or like I remember it came back every winter possibly.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened to it.
This part is so pointless and boring that we're just talking about
Yeah.
desserts.
Spinning it. That's all I was wondering too. Once I saw like that picture again, I was like stabbed from the outside and like spun it around kind of deal. Or not stabbed from the outside, but like stabbed, but yeah, like. That's it. The reason the culprit stuck the katana into the effigy, and everyone's just kind of like, "Oh, Shuichi, you're back." Okay.
Oh yeah, we were just having brioche. It's pretty good.
Was so that it would hit the sliding lock as the effigy spun. Effigy spun? That's right. If he spun the effigy, the rope it was hanging from would twist.
How much you?
Then if you let it go, the rope would unwind and the effigy would spin the other way. And of course the katana would spin with it. I see. So the culprit used the katana's counterspin to push the lock into place? The culprit simply needed to spin the effigy's rope and then swiftly leave. This would cause the spinning katana to hit the sliding lock. And thus was the back door of an empty classroom locked from the inside. Yes, that's how Angie's lab was locked. By using the effigy with a katana.
Oh man, I was like, can I finish this brioche before my character stops? We're so close. Watch.
All right. A plan born from the heart of a sword, traveling through the air to intercept us. Oh, but could it have moved the slide lock so easily?
The sliding lock was pretty loose. A little push could move it. As long as the spinning katana hit the lock, it would have slid into position. Even if the culprit failed the first couple times, they could have kept trying until it locked. Which is why the culprit chose to strike at nighttime, as to avoid detection. Yes, since the student council prohibited anyone from walking around at nighttime. Oh, at nighttime.
Are you saying it's the student council's fault?
I didn't say that. In any case, the culprit probably used a murder weapon for this trick. It had to have had the right length to hit the sliding lock from the effigy. The culprit couldn't find a blade long enough in my lab, so they settled for the katana.
The other effigies were only hung up so we'd think it was some kind of ceremony. That way we wouldn't notice the lock trick.
But Kokichi did say earlier that he could have picked the lock closed. I don't want to completely ignore that possibility. but I can't imagine the culprit would have done all this just for a distraction. If that's the case, then Kokichi's confession earlier was actually...
Seriously, you fucking lied again?
Cough it up, Kokichi.
Oh man, you guys got me. Okay, I'm not the culprit. You're telling the truth this time, right? I want to say I'm lying, but I'm not.
Why did you say you were the culprit?
I wanted to lure the culprit out. If I claimed to be the culprit, then the real culprit would agree as well. You get me? And if they pressured me to confess, then that would have looked mighty suspicious. Sheesh, darn it. It didn't go my way because Shuichi butted in on my plan.
That is kind of my strat when I play like Mafia or Werewolf. Like, you meet with like people I haven't played before. Like, I just jump straight in. I'm like, yeah. Like,
You say like you're a bad guy?
yeah. Or like I make it super suspicious and then...
I feel like that almost never works, but
I guess with like, I don't know what the people you play with. The people I play have it's definitely worked
interesting.
over time. Over time they picked up on it, but like, yeah.
Okay.
You and your fucking lies. Go sit in the corner and play with yourself. Okay, I'll start right now.
I'm sure there have been a whole genre of fanfics. All right, so who's the asshole who set up this locked room mystery?
Mew, I can't hold it up anymore. What's the matter? You want soft on me now? Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter, since anyone could have done it. Don't you even understand something as basic as that, you filthy cum dumpster?
Oh my god.
God. Cum dumpster? That's me. Oh, finally. Someone finally called me a cum dumpster.
I can't with Mew. I just can't. Whoa, what should we talk about now? We must focus not on the locked room, but on who entered Angie's lab. Only one of the student council members or Kokichi could have gained entry. Therefore, the culprit must be among their number.
That leaves us with 4 suspects: Sumugi, Gonta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the student council. Doesn't matter if she was besties with Angie. She's still a suspect.
That contradicts what you said earlier, which I can prove using my recording function.
No one cares, RoboCop.
It's fine. That's just a waste of time.
Me, a suspect? I'd never kill Angie. So calling all suspects, what should we discuss next? I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself off the suspect list?
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
Silence, outsider! Only the suspect rangers are allowed to speak. Suspect rangers?
I agree. Those under suspicion should explain themselves thoroughly.
Go, go, suspect rangers! Did you kill those two? We might catch them with their pants down. Anyway, I want to ask the suspect rangers. What should we talk about? What should we say to get ourselves off the suspect list? Well, guys, I want to hear what you think. That's sort of a difficult question, you know?
Gonta not smart enough to know answer to that. Yes, it is difficult to formulate a logical response to that question.
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
They don't trust you one bit, and I don't blame them. You're probably plotting.
Why did Tenko have to die?
Huh?
I want to know what happened to Angie too, but... Can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie's? I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko. Nah, what do you mean? The 2 victims could have been killed by 2 separate murderers, you know? So we need to find the first black and responsible for the first victim. We gotta figure out who killed Angie. Until we solve Angie's case, Tenko's case is meaningless. Did you suggest that to waste our time? These Japanese lines are so much longer. It's not meaningless.
Himiko?
Tenko's death was meaningless? How dare you? Poor Tenko. How could you do this to her? Himiko. Himiko, stop it with your crappy lies. Lies? Everything you said is total BS. You didn't give two shits about Tenko when she was alive. But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko after she's dead? Come on, really?
Kokichi, enough!
No, it's okay. It's no surprise you think that. I know I ignored Tenko before. That's why I'm so upset now. I should have faced Tenko, worked things out with her while she was still alive. But now it's too late. I can't complain to her or thank her. It's too late.
Yeah, seriously, it's way too late to realize that now. Our only option is to face her death head on.
Face her death?
Himiko, I understand what you're going through. So I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together to find the truth. I'm not gonna let anyone say her death didn't matter.
Kaito. Alright, I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tenko's death meaningless. The name of the curse is Death Curse! I suppose being dead would silence someone pretty good.
Listen up. All you guys are gonna help out too. And you at home, abandoning someone who died and only thinking about your own survival? That's just as bad as a hit and run. I won't forgive something so messed up.
Tenko was our friend. Gonta wanna know why she died too.
I already told you that's so unnecessary. We're getting sidetracked here.
No, even if it was a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died. If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever. Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death. Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on.
Kaito.
Finally you noticed. Jeez, you're so slow.
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice? Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there are two different culprits yet. Let us talk about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us a clue. Yeah, maybe. They're not wrong, but I don't mind going over Tenko's case. But that was an abrupt change of topic. Was that intentional?
So what do we talk about first?
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Ten Crotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there is suspicious. A little soon. Too soon, Mew. Ten Crotch!
The people who attended the seance. Kurikyo, Shuichi, Himiko, and Kokichi. Well, I guess technically... Is this like tricking me?
Yes.
It is tricking me. I was like, technically Kibo was there in the beginning. And
Good
then
job, Ultimate Detective.
I hate when they do fucking multiple choice like that. They're like, actually, technically.
Technically, this was absolutely the end.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like, with the beginning of the seance, I was like, okay, Kibo was there and then left. So.
Yeah, but he wasn't at the seance.
Ugh. It was me, Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
So those four are the culprits.
Oh, Himiko's still culprit.
Well, that's probably just a coinky dink. The most suspicious out of the four is really... Kyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
True, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes? If we all knew of it before the murder, then we were all equally suspicious.
Well, I suppose, but...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either. I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko. That was something I was remembering. Where should it be? And then Himiko was like, oh, the middle room is the best one. So I was like, yeah. Oh, right. Also, we should not limit our suspects to only those who participate in the seance. The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see. He must be referring to the hole in the corner. Well, the floorboard. Both. Oh, well, okay.
She was on top of them the entire time.
Yeah. Okay, there are two. I wish I could point. There are two holes.
That's what he said.
You're talking about under the floor, right?
Huh? Under the floor?
Yes, there's this crawl space under the floor a person can move through. There's also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room. If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room. If we consider that a possibility, then there's another suspect.
Another suspect? Who?
It's appearing before me. Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer. Interesting. The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light. Light? You mean candle? I mean Kibo's flashlight function.
Who's Kibo?
Huh? But now hold on a sec.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said hold on a second.
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
Hold on a second. What is Kibo's flashlight function as a clue? That's so, yeah, okay, great. Hole in the corner. Loose floorboard. What was the last one? Is this a lie? Oh, the caged child. Let me see. 5 people, blah, 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 blah. That's the whole set. I don't think. The only thing we could counter was, like, the lights, and I don't think that's the case. Like, none of these clues are. Our villain had a light. None of these were relevant. You mean a candle? Wait, but his light function, like, a blinding light. Yeah, it's fucking... under the floor? Fuck, I just missed that entire thing. Was that even the right one? Are you really gonna make me go through this whole thing again just to find out it's wrong?
I want you to use your mind. I want you to use your brain.
Well, I'm saying the only thing they're talking about.
What are they saying?
I literally just said the only thing they're talking about was like he had a light. Gonta goes candle, and then Miu goes he could have used it under the floor. And I'm like, none of my fucking.
Could he have used it under the floor?
No, I don't
Why?
think so.
Why?
Because I mean, it's just fucking under the fucking floor. The only thing that this clue says is a function that Miu has added to Kibo. He could have been a blinding light from his eyes.
Okay, so if he did, then what would have happened?
We would have seen him.
How? Why?
Because it's so fucking bright.
No.
What?
Look at your clues. Remember the scene of the crime.
Hole in the corner. It's just, you're literally saying like we would have seen it in the floor, the hole. It's so bright we would have seen it. That's what I'm saying. It would have shined through for whatever the holes were on the floor.
Then what's the thing you're shooting?
Oh my fucking god. Fucking. No, my god.
Not there.
Had a light. Great. You mean a candle? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, which... He had a light. No, he didn't. There was a hole in the corner.
So what do you... Okay, then what do you do? You just said it. What do you do?
How is that countering? That's not countering...
If the villain had a light, is that possible? What was true about the seance? What is she saying right there?
It was pitch black.
It was pitch black.
but it wasn't dark under the floor. Our villain had a light. But this statement saying like, guys, hold on. Yeah, he had a light, but there was also a corner
But if, there
in
was,
the hole.
if there's a hole in the floor, the light will shine through the hole.
Sungwon, I know the logic, but I'm saying what they're saying doesn't, like, these counterpoints don't match up to me. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Did you literally be like, yeah, that's obviously it? What Kyo was saying, Kyo literally said, fucking, oh, you see our villain had a light, right?
Okay, our villain had a light.
A hole in the corner!
Because if he had a light, you would see it because there's a hole.
Yeah,
in
but
the floor.
he
and
would,
the whole room would be illuminated. It was pitch black.
But nothing he said was like, oh, I'm not disagreeing that the floor was dark. It doesn't matter that the floor was dark. It's because there was light and like this wording is so weird. I'm like thinking like this doesn't make. I knew what it was. If Kibo had the light, it's so blinding. We would have seen it no matter what. But looking at his statement, I'm like, I don't think.
But regardless of any, like, even if it was a candle, even if it was this or that, it doesn't have to be Kibo's light function. They're saying, he's saying our villain had a light, any type of light. But that can't be true because there's a hole in the floor, and any light would illuminate the room because of the hole in the floor. That room was pitch black. That is the reason.
Dude, I'm saying I get it, but
Yeah.
the wording doesn't fucking like add up to me. Like
Okay.
Kyo's argument was saying that like, yeah, I agree that there's a light, but it was in like another room or under the floorboard or whatever, and we didn't see it because it was dark. But I'm just saying, Shuichi's literally saying right now, like, yeah, we would have seen it, idiot, because there's a fucking hole in the corner. The light would have shined through. Yeah. Kyo never disagreed, never said anything about there's no way we could have seen the light.
But by him saying that our villain used a light, it's okay. Let's just
The
continue.
statement is you gotta admit the wording's a little fucking off, like just a bit.
Yeah, I mean it's not the best wording.
Yeah,
but
I was constantly looking for like, okay, where's the mention of like using the fucking big ass like I'm like we would have seen it. I don't think the culprit would have used the light on the wall under the floor because there's a fucking hole in the corner.
Right.
If a light were used, we would have seen it.
Yes.
And Kyo's never disagreed with that.
He is by saying that a villain is using a light. Our villain had a light. No,
Yeah.
they didn't because we would have seen the light. That's how he's disagreeing. Or that's how by Kyo saying someone used a light, you're saying no because there was a hole. And if there was a light, we would have seen it through the hole. That is the logic. You are countering his statement that a villain had a light.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like I'm an idiot.
I didn't say anything.
He always gives me this look, especially with these Danganronpa playthroughs, which is why I'm actually not excited to play any Phoenix Wright or Zero Escape afterwards. I'll be real. I'm like excited from like a fan perspective, but from a logic puzzle perspective, I'm like, this is not fun. This is not.
I'm trying to explain it to you.
Just tell me if I'm wasting time, and then I can get to it
we've
faster.
been wasting time.
Oh my god. Episode's over. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
So fucking annoying.